Well, a controversial new migrant shelter opens at a former manufacturing building in Gowanus, Brooklyn.
The state says the site should be tested for underground contaminants, but the city says that it meets the regulations to become a shelter.
All right, Fox 5's Morgan McKay joins us now in studio with a closer look at the details of what's going on there. Morgan.
Yes, Steve and Natasha, this shelter site, along with around 300 other properties in that area, have been marked by the state for testing to see if there are underground contaminants. But the city says that the shelter site passed its inspection and the state test is not required for them to open. It's one of the most recent migrant shelter sites to open. The Gowanus shelter, located in Brooklyn, opened its doors starting last Wednesday and has a capacity to house up to 400 migrant men. The former manufacturing building is located next to the Gowanus Canal, one of the most heavily contaminated water bodies in the nation. The building is also next to a vacant lot that used to house a gas manufacturing plant. As a result, the State Department of Environmental Conservation has listed the site as one of the properties the agency intends to test to see if underground contaminants are still present in the soil.
The health and safety of everyone in our care is always sort of the top priority.
City Hall defending the use of the site on Tuesday, saying that the shelter meets local and state regulations and passed an inspection from the State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance. On top of that, the city says that the landlord of the building conducted a soil vapor intrusion test and found no indication there are current health risks to the people living there.
We are also working with the State Department of Environmental Conservation to schedule an additional soil vapor intrusion test at this site, which is not mandatory testing.
Neighborhood residents who are part of the 3rd Street Block Association have filed a lawsuit against the city over the use of the site as a shelter. In a statement, the group said, quote, "The use of this property without testing and remediation violates New York City zoning rules and New York State environmental standards and places all residents and migrants in danger and exposes the city to long-term liability that taxpayers will be responsible for." To date, more than 189,000 migrants have passed through New York City since the spring of 2022, and the city has opened more than 200 temporary shelter sites.
Last week, 1,500 migrants have come, which means that there's a slight bit of an uptick that we're seeing, so we're always paying attention to that.
And Politico breaking news just moments ago that New York City will be severing ties with DocGo and is declining to renew its contract with this controversial migrant services provider. DocGo is a medical contractor that had previously specialized in COVID testing and was awarded a $432 million no-bid contract last year to provide care for migrants. Steve and Natasha.